Utopia is my last one.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
yeah.
your list is far cooler than you are. How is that even possible?
Again, I wanted this to be as varied as
How
possible.
have you done that though? How have you made a list this cool? Go on,
You stole it off
Utopia.
someone else, surely.
Yeah,
It's from The Guardian, this list.
It's a comic.
No, it's a graphic novel. It's called The Utopia Experiment. It's about a scientist who makes a deal with the devil.
If just one of those conspiracy theories is proved, just
What about Utopia then?
don't start that Nostradamus crap. Tell him, Becky.
There are some things in it that are a bit odd. I think that after the manuscript, there must be something in it that they want.
My name is Jessica Hyde. Come with me now or you'll all die. My dad wrote Utopia.
Where is Jessica Hyde?
Your lives as you knew them are over. If you can adjust, you will live. If you can't, you will die.
Like the first episode of Series 2 of Line of Duty, this was very much a series you watch the first episode and you go, wow, that's completely different to anything I've ever seen. I think.
Well, you might even watch it and go, what was that? What
Yeah.
did I
I do
just
remember
see?
thinking that when I watched it. What the
I
hell
think
is this?
like the colour, the themes. I mean, the fact that this is written by one of the co-writers of Pulling, you would never have guessed that. I just think it is such an original concept. I think everything about it, from the characters to the way everyone has a certain way of dressing, the music is so different.
Yeah.
You know, the themes this is about. You know, culling down the population. When we were talking about sci-fi last week on Gary's list, is this plays into fears about overpopulation and what we're going to do when the population increases to the extent where, you know, there's not enough food to go around and things like that. And there's
It's more
this sort of,
science. It's more science.
Yeah.
Science fiction.
this
really,
this shady company who, the network they were called, that are sort of trying to control everything basically, and using certain government officials to get what they want. I think it's like Russian flu they were trying to break out in Series 2. Adil Akhtar as Wilson is fantastic. The name of the guy from Humans, Neil.
Oh god.
Is it Neil something?
God.
As Arby, where is Jessica? Oh, I've forgotten her name.
Oh god. Jessica Hyde
Yeah, I was.
and Neil
Neil
Maskell.
Neil Maskell.
It's Gary. The
Gary's
poll
just on
shifted.
Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Is he that moves it a bit?
I have DD on
Neil,
it.
even the way the character sort of walked around, like the way Neil Maskell walked around, and the fact that the first episode of Series 2 was a flashback, which filled in a lot of, you know, what happened to the characters before. Everything about it was just so different, and you just sit there and go, wow. And
I've never seen. I remember thinking, I've never seen anything like this before.
And again, Channel 4, who I don't think had the confidence in it to let it run to its natural conclusion.
Do you think perhaps it was a little too ahead of its time, and that's why it never got picked up
I
for a
wouldn't
third?
say so. I think they dropped it in the middle of summer, the second series.
Right. Well, whereas the first series was a January one, wasn't it? I remember it was like the only thing on in a very bleak January.
I just don't think that they had the courage to put it on somewhere prominent, and I don't know if it ever will be finished off. I don't know if we'll get like an Amazon, Netflix picking this up. But I mean, Dennis Kelly wants to finish it off. He wants a one-off, and at the moment, no one's giving him. I think he's got it written. I think he knows how he wants it to end.
You'd think in today's age they would find something. Somewhere would find
I think
something.
personally as well, this was one where it's sort of at the start of sort of when I was writing for you and got to go to the second series screen, and I just think it's
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's Line of Duty and Utopia. I think are two shows that are sort of I would make synonymous with my time sort of writing about TV, and I think The Killing to an extent as well. I think all of this list is stuff that, as I said before, just going back to what I said, is stuff that I think would have repeat viewing value. B, has sort of informed my TV viewing, and C is very varied.
Utopia, you can't describe to somebody. In a way, you can't get across what This Is England or The Wire are. And maybe even Line of Duty, when you describe it to people, they do not get the idea of what the show is. by the way you describe it. So you've picked very unique shows